You just let me know when you want me to start. And
all right, John, you are good to go.
Sorry?
You are good to go. We'll put a timer up there so you can keep track of your time, but for the next hour, the room is yours.
Okay, super. All right, well, thanks a lot for showing up tonight. Great to be here. Appreciate Anovia and the rest of the guys for allowing us to share bandwidth with them this evening. Always good stuff. On your screen right now is the government required disclaimers for disclosure purposes. I am a broker, both with FINRA and NFA, and past performance is not indicative of future returns or future results. So bear that in mind. Only use trading dollars that you can afford to lose. So with that being said, I'm going to start with a little background of our system. The first time we sold any programs was back in 2005. I'm here to tell you that trading is not easy. It is risky. You need a quality system that will increase the probability of your success, that addresses the different market types. A lot of systems are only coded around one particular market cycle, whether that be choppy market, trending market, breakout, reversal. Ours encompasses all of those particular. I'm echoing, you say. Hard to hear me? Uh-oh. See if I can't. Is that better? No, bad, too low. Okay. Any better, guys? Sound very far away. No better. All right, well, let's keep rolling, and hopefully I get a little bit better as we move forward. Seemingly hollow at a distance. Yes, yes. Okay, well, Correnti really consists of 3 different systems all compiled into one. Originally, our system was devised to trade the foreign exchange markets. However, we found that the system is very adaptive to other forms of markets. So we have adapted the program to equities, options, futures, and Forex. And we're going to specifically talk about some futures markets today, but our system can be adapted to, again, equities, options, futures, and Forex markets. All of our systems, and there's 3 of them, a breakout system, a reversal system, and then basically our MACD dot system, all work as one. When we're a particular market type, the other systems that are defining a certain type of market cycle become quiet. This helps to reduce the potential of false signals. I'm going to show you present, real-time charts. I'm not going to go back, 5 years ago and try to convince you that our system works, 5 years ago but doesn't work today. So all the charts are going to be real-time, as real-time as we can get based on the futures market and today's charts. So not something long ago and trying to say, hey, our system works today. First, what I want to talk to you about is our breakout system, and I'm going to show you some examples of that on the charts today. The breakout system really is breaks around the Bollinger Band and really consists of about 15 to 20% of our signals on a daily basis. Breakouts fill a void in our system very nicely, where it is the dot system that requires market movement based on an oscillation of MACD. Breakout system really requires a quiet period in the market and then an explosion of volume and or price in the market. When MACD approaches zero line or flat, the market signals are filtered out. You can see examples of these, and I'll show you them as we go along. And also on our YouTube site, currentsysfx.com, you can see it there. Breakouts need a consolidation period. Usually that's in the quiet periods of the market or in the evening, etc., to ensure a price action coming in the future. The systems complement each other very well. Breakouts need about 14 days to calculate ATR. So the charts need to be set for at least 15 days of data. Now the charts that I have on the screen today are through NinjaTrader. Our system works on MT4 for those that only work with the FX market, eSignal, multi-charts, or MCFX also. Breakouts need a squeeze period. Typically, this is the, again, later part of the markets or early part of the markets when the price is very tight. We need at least 8 candles or 2 hours to start the trigger. So basically, we need that squeeze period. Breakouts come from John Bollinger's books on Bollinger Bands. Breakouts are good in our markets because there's usually periods of low volume with low volatility, which all are prerequisites of breakouts. I'm going to show a couple, and this is the YM contract from today, and I have a chart here for the 300 tick. And this around here is around the market open, a little bit earlier, but here is the 9:30-ish mark. And as the market started to fall off, we had a breakout at 16.414, a signal to short again, another breakout. Markets keep continually moving down. Here would be a good place for us to take profit on this initial downward movement. An additional breakout with a signal, a strong signal to short again, and then again shorting all the way down through this whole market cycle. And if you guys know about how much the tick value is on this particular contract, that's a hell of a lot of money, right at the beginning of the market. And this took us basically from our first shorts of the morning from about 9:41 a.m. through 11 o'clock. That's a heck of a nice move. And here the market bounced back up, and then we got into this choppy market. So we see another short. And I'll go into what these dots mean a little bit later. But again, here is the 300 tick. We had 3 opportunities to short the market this morning, 1, 2, 3, with additional confirmation of our short on our MACD dot system, which again, I'll get into in a little bit. So that was the 300 tick contract or chart. Here's our 400. And I use 3 and 400 to kind of work off of each other for additional confirmation. So again, this morning, here would be at the 9:41, which the other contract on the 300 was somewhere around 9:30 something. So we're getting additional confirmation, and the market sold off. We got 3 additional breakouts, all short, all winners. So pretty nice. Again, this is today. This is a fresh chart. This isn't something 5 years ago that I'm trying to convince you that our system works today. Most trading systems have a breakout system, and to that end, not all of them are successful. There's a balance when trading these. If the entries are too tight, you get false breakouts. If they're too loose, you give up a lot. Price is neither cyclical nor forecastable. Volatility is. Low volatility begets high volatility. High volatility begets low volatility. These are facts. Someone's asking me, does it work on MT4? Yes, we do have an MT4 plugin. We utilize ILQ for that particular Forex trading, and or if you're out of the country, not a U.S., still can utilize that for trading gold, silver, etc., whatever other means that you want to trade outside of just FX pairs. During the trigger period, the system is recording the highest high and the lowest low. Once this is done, the system adds a fraction of ATR and gives us the entry prices. So I'm going to go back to our original. Prior to these prices being hit, the market or the system is evaluating both a high and a low. So a breakout long or a breakout short. And whichever price is met, that's the way that we say that the market is going to continue to flow down in that direction. Also, prior to hitting this particular, let's just talk about this first one, 16414 mark today, it had prior to that a either a green or a red precursor to this line, and or a yellow one. And that's very important because if it's green or red, that means it's below the 80% ATR movement of the day, which is very important for breakouts because you want follow through. If it were a yellow precursor to this red line, that would mean that price had already traveled 80% ATR for the day. Now, typically that means that that we are at some extremes, and to be cautious, hence the yellow, to take that trade because we might not have full follow through. Now, with each candle, the price may change based on the new high or low changes in ATR, which means that price is only static for that particular candle, which is very important. Many breakout systems are just, they're stuck at that one price. Ours continues to calculate any time that it's in the breakout period. Very important. This means that price is only static for that particular candle and is subject to change. Breakouts require very specific criteria. Price has to push through with authority. So we don't want something, again, like I was talking about, if we had a yellow line precursor to this red one, that would tell me that, hey, price has already traveled a certain amount of time. Be careful because we might not have full follow through. When prices hit, the lines they will change either blue for long or red for short. Now, if we were real time and we had some real time volatility right now, we would see breakouts plotting. However, this is at 9 o'clock this morning. Markets are quiet right now, so we're not going to see any breakouts being signaled. Green line, and this is what I was talking about, the precursor to the red or a blue line, and I'll show you a blue breakout here in a minute, which means a long system. Green line means that the market has moved 0.80 ATR. And if it's triggered, there's a good statistical probability that the move could go further. Yellow line that I talked about already is that the market has moved more than 0.8 ATR. And the trigger there, so what it's trying to tell us is that the move has already happened, and to be cautious about taking a trade on a breakout. Almost 2/3 of our breakout system is never triggered. Again, you ask why? Okay, well, because we want them filtered out. We want less false signals and better, signals to trade. Again, they're very specific. Anybody have any questions, they can throw it in. MTI system, I have no idea what that is, Herb, so can't tell you anything about that one. Again, I have the YM contract up here, the NQ, the YI, the GC, ES, obviously. So we can cover all of those, and if there's any other people that want to trade any other, cotton, you name it, the system is adaptable to those particular futures contracts. Also, it's flexible in the sense that If you like trading Renko, if you like trading tick charts, if you like trading Kagi charts, if you like trading time-based charts, we adapt to all of those. So it's not pigeonholed into one particular type of market or charting configuration. It's adaptable to all of them. Again, there aren't very many systems out there, if any that I know, that adapts to all charting configurations, all markets. The breakout signal also is good for 20 candles or 20 bars, depending on which charting configuration you're looking at. So at the end of that period of time, the system goes quiet, wants to recalculate volatility at that point. And if the market is hit on that particular breakout, and I'll bring one back up again, from start to finish, that's 20 candles. After 20 candles, you have a decision to make, whether to stay in that trade or to get out of that trade. ZB bonds, yep, that also. Now, there's going to be some sort of conflicts that happen between our breakouts and our dot system, because the dot system is based on the oscillation of MACD, and the breakout system is specific to Bollinger Band. Sometimes we get a dot, and I'll go through what dots are in a little bit, in the opposite direction to our breakout. Breakouts always trump our dot system within that 20 candle period of time. So after the 20 candles or 20 periods or whatever you're using as a charting package, after that period of time, then the dots or tick. That's correct. Now, our exits for our breakout systems, and by the way, we have a 240-page manual that goes through the entire setup, etc., of our system. We also have unlimited support, so if there's any need to call us on the phone, and by the way, we have live phone lines, so if people would like to call, great, love to talk to you. Via email, we also jump on your computer systems to help you with installation, also help you with trading plan writing if necessary. So our exits on the breakouts are very specific. We have a dot in the opposite direction after 40 ticks. We have a 314 EMA cross. Time, remember I said 20 candles. And a stop if we get stopped out of that particular trade. Any questions on that particular system for us? I'm going to jump to the, that's not the one I want. Here's the YI contract. I'm going to talk about reversals. Reversals, when the market is widely deemed to be chaotic in behavior, the market becomes more predictable. First, reversals must exceed a minimum number of ticks, pips, etc. This prevents false signals. A minimum width makes sure that the market is moving before an orange dot, and I'm going to show you these. Here's one here, one here. Before the market, before our signal can appear. For those who are familiar with the Japanese candlestick patterns, patterns which occur at the bottom, hammers are concurrent with an oversold condition. Hammers are characterized by a long wick relative to the body, hammering out a bottom. Great indication that the bulls are buying and refusing to let the market price fall. Best hammers come close to near their candle high. A short shooting star occur at the price tops. and are current with overbought, characterized by a long upper wick relative to the body of the candle. Japanese believes there's trouble overhead. They're selling price from going higher. Best shooting stars close near their candle low. Reversals are about 10% of our signals generated by the three systems. Here is an example. This is our volume 100 on the YI program or YI futures. This was great right here this morning, or this was on the 31st. Market was hammering out particular reversal, and we see that the market went up. Longer term chart, obviously, normal, but shows a very good low of the market on the silver contract, and then a nice progression upwards. Those people that like to trade a little bit longer. Here we have one. This is on a 5-minute chart. This was earlier today, and a nice movement down from about the 1960 number down to 1935, 30-cent move. Not too bad in a very relatively quick time. And we have specific rules on entering and exiting all of our systems of the three. Now, reversals are almost always against the trend, and they are about 50% accurate. Wow, John, why do you want to put in a 50% accurate system into your overall program? The reason we even bothered with these is when they're right and really right. And when they're wrong, there's often an opportunity to get out to exit with a small profit and or very small loss. Exit on these are in the, dots in the opposite direction. And let's pull up that chart from before. A dot in the opposite direction. So here at about the $19 range up to where we were at about the $20 range. So a dollar move here would be our exit strategy. So we have a dot in the opposite direction. We have a MACD cross. And when I talk about a MACD cross is here MACD is in the negative. We would get a long signal, which this is. MACD crosses into positive territory. When it hits and crosses over to negative again, this is where we talk about a cross. Not this first one, because the move hasn't been even begun to move in our direction. This green right here is obviously all the buying pressure that we want to be moved, or we want to be in that buying. And then here's where we would exit. If we didn't take this particular exit here, this gray dot in the opposite direction, we could wait to MACD cross. Can a timer be moved? I'm not sure what that means. Also, time. Time is not necessarily our friend all the time. So if we have a specific amount of time that we want to stay in the market, okay, we could also make sure that that's part of our trading plan. Signals give us an edge, and the edge is only good for 5 to 10 candles. That's very important. A lot of us sit there and want to, trade and sit on the end of our seats and got to press the button. Okay, 5 to 10 candles, depending on the period of time. 5-minute charts, that would be 25 minutes. If the price did not exceed the dot candle, then that particular signal goes away. Means that it's a non-trade. Very important. Our system does not repaint. It does not go back in time and say, wow, if it would have lasted an additional candle, that would have been a great trade. And let's trick somebody into saying that, hey, that's a good trade. So if the system does not record, or price does not record exceeding that dot candle, like this particular one right here, the very next candle exceeded price, that's a go signal. That means that we want to take that trade, and that's a valid signal. If it did not exceed in the next 5 candles after this reversal dot, then that signal would go away, and it's a non-trade. Now the real workhorse of our system is the MACD dots. MACD dots, and it's about 70 to 75% of our system in the amount of signals we get on a daily basis. MACD dots actually started out as a way to identify crossovers, where the fast line crossed the slow, vice versa. Basically, we're talking about MACD. And by the way, we use MACD because it's one of the least lagging. All charting packages or all indicators are lagging. We feel that MACD is least lagging, so is more reactive with time. We found that the move was well underway when that cross happened. And what we're talking about is MACD cross, from positive to negative, negative to positive. All right? So when that cross happened, the move was already done or well underway. So this was an anticipation of that particular move. So we want to anticipate this cross. When momentum stalls at some of our highest, bars here on the MACD, and we have it as a histogram right now for visual purposes, we want to anticipate that stall and enter the market earlier. To filter out signals, MACD must fall a certain percentage before a signal is even calculated. It prevents us from false signals occurring. Let me go back to our examples this morning. When we're talking about MACD, and here we go. Our highest histogram started here on this particular downward move, okay? And we're talking about MACD dots, not a breakout. So our move happened, our high candle printed, and then 1, 2, 3 candles later, the math was there. Any questions so far? So the dot will print 1 to 3 candles after the high or the low on the MACD histogram is recorded. To make the dots even more accurate, the system looks at, and this is something that's different than other systems out there, 4 times higher time frame. Very important because it's looking at the trend not only on the existing chart, but it's looking at 4 times higher. So this is a 300 tick chart. Okay, so the system in the background is also looking at the 1200 tick chart. So 4 times higher than what we got. If we're looking at a 15-minute chart, that means that we're looking at a 60-minute chart in the background. And I think I have, and here's a 5-minute of YI. So in a 5-minute chart, it's looking at a 20-minute chart in the background. So we look at the different colors of dots, and they mean a lot when we're trading. We have gray dots. A gray dot is an attempt to warn us about scenarios when it might not be prudent for us to enter the market. So really, it's a cautionary trade. However, as you get to utilize the system and we move up in time frames, they become more and more accurate. A blue or red dot agrees with the higher time frame. So it's not only with trend on the existing chart, but also coincides with the higher time frame for higher time frame. So here we're looking at a Renko, which I sometimes trade as well. But let's go back to our YM contract and our morning scenario here. We have with trend, red, red again. That's with trend not only on this particular chart, 300, but also on the 1200 tick chart. And black dots. Also, I like to say that a black dot is really tells us about a choppy market. So where you have clearly defined highs and lows, kind of like a channel trading, if you will, and allows you to trade within that channel, high and low. And we don't have any really choppy market right now. We had mostly trend today on these particular contracts. So I don't have a real good example of a choppy market today. But when we see, and you can certainly go to our website, currentsys.com, and see what a choppy market is about. And really that is having same like signals above and below the market. Black dots above the market and below the market. So we have a clearly defined channel in which to trade through. Dots like the rest of our signals disappear if the dot does not validate. And they, again, they do not repaint. Exit for dots are the MACD, which we talked about, changeover from positive to negative, back to positive, that second turn. Time after basically a certain amount of time based on the color of the dot, our signal says to either exit or to manage that particular trade on a candle by candle basis, which our manual and our trading goes into. So our training, I should say, go into. Also, I want to tell you about that we have, with the purchase of our program, live trading in the mornings from 8 a.m. Eastern Time through about noon Eastern Time. So about 4 hours every single day. We have a trading room, which is part of our package. No extra cost. As further and further we get away from our initial signal or entry signal, the probability of success becomes less and less. So as our signal becomes in positive range, we want to make sure that we're always moving our stops up to protect the possibility, etc. Yeah, Zenfire right now with NinjaTrader is frozen. However, we do have some alternatives there. CQG, all of which we can set you up with. All data comes free with trading accounts, so no extra cost. If you want to trade through the NinjaTrader servers, obviously there is a cost to buy the NinjaTrader package. However, they do have free charting package with data feed. I use not only, I was using Zenfire, but I'm using Kintick now as a, and also Rhythmic. So I use two different data feeds. Also, I use TD Ameritrade sometimes if I was trading equities. So the rules for the trading the dots are as follows. In a trending market, trade with the trend. Trend is your friend, and you guys have all heard that. In a trending market, trade with the higher overall market trend. In a choppy market, always indicate the trade, always initiate the trade from extreme price, overbought or oversold. The color of the dots really tell you what the market is, so you don't have to figure out, am I in a trending market? Am I in a choppy market? Am I in a reversal market, breakout market? The system tells you what the market type is and how to trade it accordingly. Again, I told you that with our program comes a 240-page manual and, again, unlimited training, plan writing, etc. Whatever you need, we want to help you to be successful. Also, the daily webinars. No need to figure out if we're in a choppy or trending market. The system does it for you. And now I'm going to open it up for some questions. for specific questions, please. Shirley said something about NinjaTrader and Zenfire. Yeah, I said Rhythmic, Kintick. We do have CQG and 2 or 3 other ones that are very good, data. I do like Kintick because it's unfiltered data. A lot of, especially in the foreign exchange market, they tend to filter out some of those trades. And really, we want unfiltered data because we want to see every tick. Can we compare a MACD with a fast stosh? You can do that on your own. I'm not going to do that right now, but I tell you that MACD is much more accurate than the stochastics. Somebody said something about the ES contract being a little wild this morning. It's a 2,000 tick. We had a nice trade here at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon after the market bounced. And I'm a firm believer in less is more. Being a broker, obviously we get paid on people doing transactional business, but I firmly believe that if we wait for the right opportunity and the right charts to line up, and that's why I say I use different charting time frames for additional confirmation. So if we wait for those particular things to line, thank you, Gian, appreciate that. Patience is everything. A lot of new traders, trade too much, overtrade their account, get frustrated, go into rage trading, all the rest of the things, the emotions that go through it. And mind you, I've also gone through all of those phases as well. So when I'm training people, whether it be one-on-one or in a group setting, we're all the same. We all have the same emotions for the most part. We're all human, so we all make basically the same mistakes. And I probably created a few mistakes myself. So I hear everything that you're saying. We're real traders. We do this every day. We lose trades, we win trades. We're just like everybody else. Hopefully we've mastered our system a little bit better, so we're on the winning side more than the losing side. But hey, at the end of the day, we all have losing trades. But if we make sure that we, cover ourselves and have, our risk parameters in place, we can be successful and trade another day. Many times people don't, have that in their trading plan, and they just go off on a tangent and want to start trading. Very important for you to make sure that you have a solid trading plan, which we help you write if you need it, because trading plans can be difficult to write. A lot of emotion goes into it. If I had patience, I'd be rich. David, I hear you. Somebody asked what our URL is. It's Currentsys. I don't know if I can write it in here or not. I'll try. CURRENSYS.com. So Currentsys.com is where we also have data going back through 2005 of the accuracy on a weekly basis of, and because we started out as a foreign exchange trading system, we have it dating back to 2005, almost every single week of the signals being generated. So that's all on our website. The full community there of thousands of people that have utilized our system, that are utilizing our system, and we're still supporting those people. Some back as early as 2005. So we really never give up on you. If you give up on yourself, then obviously we can't help you. But as long as you're there and want to, succeed and utilize the system and, help with your trading plan and help with the psychology behind trading, we're there to support you. And that was a 200 tick, then a 2,000, 20,000 tick. And here we get some choppiness in the market today, a little bit more action. This morning, here is a nice downward motion. Another move down here. We had MACD crossed over. Our exit strategy would have been here. We still would have made a little bit of money in this general direction right here, but not a lot. And no signal going up here, and pretty much of a flat market. And here's a good example of our system waiting for a certain amount of candles. On this particular, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After this candle, if we don't exceed this price here, 1831.50, then this particular signal will go away as a non-signal or a non-trade. Any other questions? Got about a half an hour here, so fire away. Again, equities, any equity traders out there? Any of you guys trading Yahoo or any one of the high flyers out there, IBMs, etc. Doesn't matter. Show some stock charts. I have one that, yeah, these are all live charts, buddy. They're not any past charts. Everything is real time. And here is, this is Expedia from today. And here is a LinkedIn. If anybody trades LinkedIn. Nice movement up. Getting ready. This particular one here is validating short. So nice moves during the day, $5, $6. Someone, Mark asked, I'll see you have multiple systems. Bollinger Band, do you use that also or mostly MACD? Well, maybe you didn't come in earlier, but our Bollinger Band breakout system is only about 20% of our systems. MACD dots is really the workhorse, about 70–75% of our signals that we get. So MACD will be firing off much more than the Bollinger Band. And I showed some examples of the Bollinger Band shorts this on right here. This was all today, no 5-year ago chart. So 3 breakouts in a row, all pulling the market down, and then confirming dots in the same direction. Ken, that's a conversation for another day. Email me, john@currentsys.com, and we can get into a discussion about all that kind of stuff. Well, then First N asks, where would we place a trade? Well, if we're trading our breakouts, the breakout would be at 16,414. That's the price that we take short. And then the market obviously went down. So at 16,414, we would place our trade here on this particular candle, ride the market down. Another breakout, 16,386. That would be our next short. Market goes down. We can take this additional trade. That's breakout as 1. A dot in the same direction here would be exceeding this particular candle by 1 tick. We would take the market down. This particular long would be an exit for this dot, gray to gray. 1 tick. I'll put it in here, Ken. John at Our third breakout of the morning was 16,341. So 3 breakouts in a row. And also an additional, so we had 5 winners in a row. We had 1, 2, this short here, 3 breakout, 4, 5 breakout here, and then an additional here 6 moving the market down. So from 16,414 down to here in this range, 16,313. That's a big move for the day. And that was all in the course of an hour or so in the morning. Here again, we take the best of the best trades. Our 400 tick charts gave us the same confirming trades. So we're getting double confirmation, both from a 300 and a 400 tick, and also the volume chart. So we all had everybody firing on the same charts, same formations. So those are things that we want to take. That's why I set them up the way that I do. Here's a volume chart. Here's the same scenario this morning. We had a breakout here at 16,414. Sound familiar? 16,385, 16,343. So we had the 300, the 400 tick, and the 400 volume all giving us similar systems, similar signals at the same time. This is what I call the holy grail of setups. These are the setups that we want to take. These are the ones that, yield us the best opportunities. And patience comes along with that. We show you how to be patient. You got to have patience to play in this game. Other questions, please? Six-A charts. Okay. Somebody wants to talk about six-A charts. So let's talk about here's our day-to-day. Kind of a choppy market, not a lot going on. I'd rather look at a 6E. See what happened here. Similar stuff going on there. Short here, short at the market, nice pullback here. Reversal, we talked about that being a strategy. Market flowing back up and where we're at now. And I'm going to restart something here because I think my data froze up there for a minute. Sorry when this loads up here real quick. I was having some internet issues. Yeah, good question there, Mark. Is all of our dots the same for stocks, futures, and currencies? Yeah, we actually have specific settings for specific markets, and that's all detailed in our manual as well as on our website. As a member, you have access to those particular settings, and also my own personal settings that I like. Maybe I might be a little bit more aggressive than somebody else, and we can make the system, by changing a few of the settings on there, a little bit more aggressive or less aggressive, depending on what you want to do and your risk tolerance. And sorry, my data is loading now. Apologize, like I said, I was having some internet problems prior to getting into the meeting here. Again, our system is coded to MT4 on Forex, if anybody likes that particular market. On the futures market or equities market or options market, we are coded to NinjaTrader, multi-charts, eSignal. All right, any other questions? Got about 20 minutes left. I've been talking all along, so hit me with some questions of anything that you might have. Let me throw up a Forex chart. Someone asked me about that. Obviously, I put up the 6E and the 6A, which is futures market, but let's pull up euro dollar. Nice short here, long, short. This wasn't a very good trade. Obviously, we leave all signals on the screen, whether they're good, bad, or indifferent. Remember before I told you that we don't repaint or whatever. So if there's a trade, it's a trade. If it's exceeded and did what it was supposed to do, meaning validated, that trade stays on. And I'm going to pull the euro yen in here, and you see now that we're looking for a breakout. This is a great example of our breakout system. And right now we're in the Asian session, or starting into the Asian session, so a little bit of quiet on the yens right now. So we have an opportunity for the Bollinger Band breakout system to start to calculate. Now, what it's saying here is at 142.68. If it exceeds that price, hits that price, and moves forward, that's a long. If it goes down to 142.32, that's a short. And we would hope that the market would go lower at that point. If it hit 142.68, we would hope that the market would go higher. I'm going to pull over a Swiss, yen Swiss. There's a great example when I was talking about earlier of the yellow. Remember yellow caution. If it hits that price, that's 115.67. If it hits that price, that's already 80% of ATR for the day. In probability standpoint, that's not a high probability breakout price. It's already traveled 80% of its movement for the day. Not necessarily a trade that I would want to take. So a great example of, if it hits that point, our follow through might be a little bit suspect. So I talked about that earlier as yellow being caution. Glad we looked at some Forex. Purchase, yeah, lifetime or what? Thanks, WKD. Appreciate that. Yes, any upgrades that we have are all free. Lifetime licenses on all of the particular systems, as long as you're still trading, you can utilize the system. We don't cut you off, etc. So that was the Swiss. Here was the, it looks like a good possibility of the euro yen, breaking out. We'll see what happens. Someone asked me about a Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar kind of flat today, not a lot of movement, not a lot of signals. Another thing is our system weeds out false signals. It has to be very specific. Also, you see MACD down here in this black. And why I had it coded as black right there is really the market is in market noise. And we don't want to place trades when we're in market noise. We want to define which way the market, or having a higher probability of which way the market is going to go. And we have a similar looking chart for the Aussie dollar. Not a lot of movement here. We had a nice flow down here, but in the big scheme of things, it was pretty much of a flat market on those particular pairs. And I define these pairs as the euro dollar, the pound dollar, dollar, Swiss franc, New Zealand, and Aussie dollars as the heads of the five families. And when I talk about in training with our people is pack trading. Again, I want to see similar signals on similar pairs, whether that be the yen pairs or these dollar-based pairs. I want to see similar things happening. And if I don't see similar things happening, I'm staying out of the market. I want to be a pack follower. I don't want to be a leader. I want to follow the pack. I want to know that each one of the pairs are doing similar things. Gives me a better confidence to take that trade. Like everybody going to the well at the same time. I want to go there myself. I don't want to go to the well, or I don't want to go to the lake and get eaten by the wolf. Okay? These are all simple things that I teach in the class every single morning to follow the same methodology over and over and over again. Okay? What we want to do is we want to define a specific move, a specific pattern, etc., which we do with our system, and then overlay that over the multiple pairs or the multiple markets that we all cover, okay? And if we're getting similar signals, that's time to move. We have different things going on with different pairs. We want to stay out of the market. Doesn't make any sense for us to trade. And coming from a broker, you don't hear that very much. What you hear is trade, trade, trade. Make me more money on commissions. I want you to trade, sure, but I want you to trade positively, and I want you as a long-term customer, not one that burns out and blows up their accounts. How many times have we had losses that we've blown up accounts, mini accounts and Forex, etc.? I don't want those customers. I want people that listen and follow the rules and have a long-term success. That's what we're talking about with a system, trading plans, etc. Questions? We'll work on the S&P 500 index. John C. Yes. Works on Forex, options, futures, equities. Here, Euro Yen, validated at 146.68. See, now it turned blue. Everybody see that right here. So 142.68, we would have placed our buy orders at 142.68 and taken this particular trade as a long trade. Now, what is our stop on this? Typically, on a 15-minute chart, we look at about a 30 pip stop on breakouts. You can also use a swing high, swing low. If we want to go so far as having, here a 50 pip stop, this is a swing low of the day here. Swing high, if we were short, would be up here at 143. This would be, a potential stop place. We want to be just beyond those extremes to stay out of market noise. But typically on a breakout, we want to stay about 30 pip stop. And as we move into profitability, we want to move to break even as quickly as possible. We want to keep our stops more dynamic than stable at one position. Okay, so we want to be active in the trade, not just sitting there and taking an order at 142.68 and then letting it go for the next 20 candles. No, we must be engaged. Once the market has shown its hand, once the signal is validated, then we need to be active. The rest of the time, we're waiting for something to happen, hence patience. But now we're in action. We are in action mode now. We're going to break out at 142.68. We want to be in this particular trade. We want to manage this trade every single candle as we go into the future. That's trading, guys. Okay? Patience to wait for the right setup, and then the dynamic part, getting involved with the trade when it's time to trade. The rest of the time, we're sitting there playing with our fingers, tiddlywinks, or whatever, and that's okay. But that's when most people blow up because they don't have the patience to wait for the proper setups and the proper moves. And we help you with that. That's all about psychology. We all go through that same problem over and over and over again. And as you become a better trader, as a more seasoned trader, that tendency to want to jump into the market when there's maybe a false signal or, because we're bored. Can you post a link to the schedule again? That must be for the rest of that must be for the moderators or something. So euro dollar, everything's moving now. So my data feed is working again. So here we're talking about what's going on here. We have the YM contract, 300, 400 tick, and volume, 1, 2, 3, all validating, all in positive territory right now. Our validation was here at 16,392. Our validation here, 16,393. Our validation on this particular one was 16,389. So all of them have validated. It's a little later in the evening right now, time I normally don't trade anyway, but if some of you are early morning for you or like to stay up a little bit later, there's confirmation across the 3 charts that I talk about, additional confirmation. Once we have additional confirmation, go time. All right, 9 minutes left. Any other questions? Remember, the system is one time, then it's lifetime. After that, any upgrades, etc., that we have, those will all come free. 240-page manual, unlimited. Thoughts on CDN? I'm not sure what that is. DX chart. I don't have that one up, WK, but certainly if you want to shoot me an email, john@currentsys.com, I'll put a chart together for you and go from there. Is the ES also in a buy mode? Right now, the ES actually is showing some shorts here. This particular ES 2000, Renko is showing a short. But on the 2000 tick, yeah, we might get something showing us along here shortly. But overall, no. Again, WKD, send me an email. I'll pull up a DX, excuse me, a DX chart for you and go from there. All right, 7 minutes. Any other questions? All right, well, again, currentsys.com. There's also a live chat there too, so if anybody has specific questions that they want to talk about or whatever, we can certainly accommodate that. Email, phone number also, I'll place that in the and that's a U.S. number. That's to our office. If we're not there at a particular time, it'll be answered by a live person. We'll get right back to you. Also on Skype. You can friend me if you have questions, whatever, and certainly talk to you there as well. Again, I'll be posting when we're going to start our live sessions again. We took a break over the holiday period, but we'll post that on our, yes, Bob, there's a full, all kinds of videos there. And if you have any specific questions, you can certainly email me or reach out to me via phone. Also, here's our YouTube site with many, many YouTube videos. So you can check those out as well. And I can certainly send you charts to kind of look at how our system would have adapted to that particular futures or FX pair, whatever. So what I'm trying to tell you is we're very accessible. We want to help you succeed, and we believe in our system and have been doing this since 2005. Thank you, Ahmed. Appreciate the thanks there. Steve, appreciate it. Any other questions? If not, I'll turn it back over to our moderators, and best of luck. Any other questions? You have all my contact information, and I'll get right back to you.